Hey, hot tubbers, are you trying to decide between chlorine and bromine for the main sanitizer for your hot tub? That's a great question, and one of the ones I get on the floor almost every single day. Stay tuned and I will tell you all the differences between the two. So hey guys, welcome back. And honestly, about every single day I get people asking, what's the difference between chlorine and bromine for my hot tub? And the answer is both are really good. They're both fantastic sanitizers for your hot tub. They're both EPA approved and they both are very, very effective. On a bromine hot tub, you need to have your active bromine at 3 to 5 parts per million, and that is how you will effectively sanitize the water. On a chlorine hot tub, you need to have your chlorine at a 1 to 3 parts per million, and that is your free chlorine, not your total chlorine. So it's really important that you're testing your free chlorine. So don't be using like OTO test drops or something like that. You definitely want to be using a test strip that measures free chlorine or a DPD tablet on a test strip so that you know what's going on. After that, the big thing on bromine is bromine will eventually become a combined molecule. So you've got this nitrogen molecule, whatever, sweat, pee, body oils, phosphates, whatever's floating around in your hot tub, and it's just floating around and it's as happy as can be and it's doing its thing. Either your chlorine molecule or your bromine molecule, either one of those is going to go attack that, and it's going to constantly beat up on it, and then it's going to actually eat it so that bacteria goes away. So eventually in time, this bacteria will take over either this chlorine or this bromine molecule, and then it attaches to it. And when it attaches to that, it now becomes what we call either a chloramine or a bromamine. The big difference between those two, you can smell those. So when you walk into a hotel and you can smell the chlorine or you can smell the bromine and you're like, oh, things are great. They have, they got a swimming pool. I can smell it. They must have a lot of chlorine in it. It's really good. That's actually bad. You should never smell either one of them. And if you are smelling them, you're no longer smelling that molecule that works. You're smelling the molecule that is now combined. And when you're a bromamine molecule, you're still sanitizing. So even though you're a combined molecule and you smell like really strong chlorine or bromine, you're still sanitizing. If you're a chloramine, you're no longer effective. You're no longer doing what you need to do to kill other bacteria. So a bromine hot tub will stay clearer longer. A chlorine hot tub will cloud up faster. So, and to fix either one of those, either your bromine that's now a bromamine or your chlorine that's now a chloramine, what you want to do is you shock that hot tub. And so when everybody asks, how do you shock a hot tub? You're going to get an oxidizer, so something like Spa Shock, and you're going to put in, a couple tablespoons of that. You're going to open the cover completely. You're going to turn the jets on, and that's what that's going to do is it's going to get your free chlorine or your free bromine up to 10 parts per million. And it only needs to be there for a minute and a half or so, but once you get to that 10 parts per million, that supercharges this molecule and it breaks apart, and then this nitrogen molecule is really weak at that point and it's going to float off into the atmosphere. That's why you got to have your cover off when you do that, but it's really important that you do it, and you should do it a minimum of once a week. So when you shock either that bromine or chlorine, that's what you need to do. So you do that, everything's good again, and you're moving right along. The reasons people like bromine is because you can get that in tablet form and you can let it float around in the hot tub, and it's kind of more like a set it and forget it type thing. However, it is a super acidic form of sanitation, and it'll actually drop that pH and it'll drop that alkalinity to super low. Your water's always going to be clear, but it's not going to be very enjoyable to sit in, and it's really hard on you and hard on the hot tub if you're not constantly adjusting that alkalinity and pH. Chlorine, on the other hand, isn't as isn't as negative, and it's much easier to balance that pH and alkalinity. However, it's typically in a granular form. You never want to put a chlorine tablet in your hot tub, and when you're using that granular form, you're going to have to feed it every 3 to 5 days, probably more on the three days, to keep it that 1 to 3 part per million. So a lot of people will just, every time after they're done with the hot tub, they'll put a teaspoon or 2 in afterwards, and that seems to work really, really well. But you aren't constantly driving that pH and alkalinity down as much. So it's not as forgiving as bromine, but I personally like it better. I feel it's a better sanitizer. I'm not a fan of the smell of bromine. I really don't like it, and I really don't like the pH and alkalinity constantly fighting that. The best description I can give you is alkaline. I've had people on bromine bring in their water test, and their alkalinity and pH will be at 0. And 0 is bad. It's clear, it's crystal clear, but it will destroy your hot tub. It'll destroy your hot tub very quickly. And it's really hard on you, and it's really hard on the skin. You know, people will be like, oh, but the water looks great. Well, so does a gallon of muriatic acid. It's nice and clear and looks fantastic, but it'll eat concrete. So that's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of bromine. You can definitely do bromine, and a lot of people love it and they think it's the greatest thing ever. Personally, if it were up to me, I would do the chlorine concentrate, and I would really, if you're looking for the easiest system out there, I would do the At Ease chlorine system. So it's a chlorine cartridge and a mineral cartridge. It's a once a month program. It works super slick. I'll have some descriptions down below, or I'll have some links down below that you can check out where you can actually get some cheat sheets for that. And I'll put a video up here on some Spa Frog hacks that I have. But it's a really, in my opinion, out of all the systems, that's the way to go. Spa Frog also has a bromine system. It's a good system. It's just not as forgiving as the At Ease. So again, I do like I like the At Ease silver cartridge system much better than anything else. And if it were up to me, that would be if you're not on salt, that would be my sanitizer of choice. In fact, of the hundreds of hot tubs we sell every single year, if you're not on salt, we're putting you on the At Ease system. So be sure to check that out up here. And guys, I hope this was helpful. Hopefully it helped explain a few things. But chlorine versus bromine, my opinion, chlorine's better. There's a lot of people out there that would say bromine is better, but you do you, and whatever makes you the happiest. So, hey guys, just, give me the thumbs up, ring the bell, do all the things that help me help you become a happy hot tub owner, and be sure to check out the video at the end of this one. Talk to you soon.